All right, everyone. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. You're going to be with friends and family, partying a little bit, but you shouldn't have to ditch your health goals, right? So here with us today is Jen Blazer with Hy-Vee, your dietitian. Yeah, we'll talk about just kind of how you can still stick with your health goals going to tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So just because it's the holidays, you don't have to throw all those health goals down the drain. We can still be mindful, go in with a plan. That's definitely helpful, right? So the first thing is don't skip breakfast. Say yes to breakfast. It's an important meal here. I've got a great option. You can impress your guests with a simple baked oatmeal recipe. That's going to tie in some of that fiber, which helps with that blood sugar control, keeps you nice and full. It's also going to have a little bit of protein, getting some of those whole grain options. So don't skip breakfast. Definitely want to make sure we have breakfast for our meal. And the second thing might surprise you, say yes to that dessert. Don't say no to dessert.
You don't got to tell me twice.
So I know you were talking about sweet potato pie is your favorite. So you could still have that at your holiday gathering, but try to make sure that you're mindful of when you have that dessert. So have it as part of the end of your meal. It's going to help with blood sugar control because you have all of the other food in your stomach. That's going to help slow down that blood sugar response a little bit. And if you need to watch sugar, there's options. We've got some baking alternatives here. So you can always use things like stevia or monk fruit allulose. There's a lot of great one-for-one sugar substitutes for those recipes.
And, you know, like you mentioned, eat breakfast, even though I think typically you might think, well, I'm going to eat a lot today, so I'm going to skip breakfast. So you're saying just kind of avoid that. Eat something in the morning.
Yes, eat something. Don't skip a meal. That's really important, just for not being overly hungry when you get to that big holiday meal as well. And then you might have a family member that has a food allergy or intolerance, maybe a guest. So we have a great line of Good Graces products. They're gluten-free, so you can still have those favorite holiday side dishes like the green bean casserole, or maybe it's a dairy allergy or intolerance. We have mac and cheese substitutes, or the nutritional yeast that you can use as a great cheesy substitute as well.
Something you mentioned that's interesting is you mentioned you can still have desserts, but save that towards the end of the meal there. And then also you mentioned you should eat breakfast, eat something that's higher in fiber or protein. So eating, the order in which you eat things is something to keep in mind.
Yes, absolutely, because when you eat those foods that have the higher nutrient content, they fill you up, so your portion size is going to be a little bit smaller at that dessert as well, which is also key. And you want to try to pick those favorites when you're picking your holiday meal. You know, kind of take a survey of the entire spread of what's available and pick the things that you don't get on a regular basis, the things that you really enjoy. Maybe it's your grandma's delicious macaroni and cheese, or a stuffing, or mashed potatoes and gravy. There's lots of options, but pick what you really truly enjoy. Don't just put food on the plate just to fill it up, right?
But the nice thing about Thanksgiving, right, is that it's centered around protein, turkey, right? So load up on that, I guess.
Yeah. Turkey, great lean protein option to help you build that healthy holiday plate. And then don't forget about the veggies. Try to be mindful of that sodium too. You know, after a holiday meal, we feel kind of bloated sometimes because we might have consumed too much food. Sometimes some of those higher sodium dishes make their way into there. So choose the no salt added options when you can. You've got no salt added broths, cream soup mixes, vegetables, lots of great options in the grocery store.
All right, everyone. So some good advice there from Hy-Vee on how to not ditch your health goals tomorrow when you're eating for Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Jen, for being with us, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.